So let me ask you a question. What's the most important organ in the human body?
Organ?
Organ.
I know the most powerful muscle is your brain.
Yeah, it's also the most important one. Correct. I can't believe you got a question right. Is this the first time ever? Wow. Yeah, I mean, without that, you're dead, so it's even more important than the heart. So, I mean, also without a heart, you're dead. Okay, let's restart this from the beginning. So, this month is May, Mental Health Awareness Month. I know every month has several different diseases associated with mental health. Is something that's very important to us because, Jaden?
Because mental health is just as important as your physical health.
I would think even more. So here's the thing that's really interesting. So do you know a lot of our physical conditions are actually caused by mental health?
Oh, of course.
Issues? So like, I mean, a real obvious one is like if you're really scared, you're really nervous, you have a lot of anxiety, you can start getting like hives and stuff like that, right? Everybody actually knows that one, so it's always a good one to start with. But there's all sorts of things. There's, what's that one?
Hollow.
Sounds hollow. Was it really that loud? So anyway, we want to talk about it, we want to address it. You know, a lot of people are putting out a lot of information out there, and I feel like I'm about to get a lot counter right now from Jaden because I think I said a lot. I think that it would be great to try to put some content out there that's a bit more DMS-y type of content. I think everybody knows if they want to find phone numbers, they can find them out there. There's lots of resources. You have Google that has literally everything. But I think everybody has experienced different mental disorders, you know, at different stages in your life. Everybody has this. Some people have chronic issues and stuff like that. What did I have when I was younger?
Shingles.
Shingles. Not that much younger, actually. Probably just like 10 years ago. So basically it can be by someone, typically people who have a weakened immune system. So usually when young people get it, it's because of overload of stress. So we all know that when a lot of people break out in hives when they have a lot of anxiety or they're really worried about people have panic attacks and stuff like that. So so for the people who don't think that mental health, mental health is not very well funded, which is awful. Clearly we have a lot of major mental health issues going on in the country with everything ever since the falling of Columbine. A lot of people are pinning that on mental health, I believe accurately, and how there previously in generations past was a huge stigma with dealing with things like that. But now, like, if I wasn't so stressed out in what I was going through at that stage, I never would have developed shingles. It came down the side, it came down like this. It started up here and came down.
It was on your face?
It's pretty cool because it's like, it only goes on one side of your head. It's like a hemispheric type of thing, so it can only be on one side of your body, not the other, and it only is by section. So if it's in your head on this side, it cannot go to your chest, it cannot go to your hip. If it's on your hip, it cannot go to your stomach. It is sectioned off to a specific part of your body, and it can only be on one side or the other.
So you must have looked like...
Okay, so basically, mental health is horribly underfunded, and because it's horribly underfunded, there are a lot of people who get into mental health almost as a mission to try to, you know, because they have certain talents and they can help people out who really need the help. But then there are a lot of people who will avoid it just because there's no money in it. You know, like who wants to go all the way through a 4-year college degree and then go get their master's and become a social worker and still like, or get their doctorate, get like a PsyD or something like that, and then still there's just no money to reimburse for the services that you're providing. So you can have lots of other like medical specialties that can spend 10 minutes with a patient, and it's a high acuity patient that can get hundreds of dollars, where in mental health you can spend an hour with a patient and you're getting like $70, which might seem decent, but when you have to afford a practice, pay the other people around. So things go really underfunded. It really hurts the industry, and it's probably one of the most important parts of healthcare there are, and it's an extremely tricky thing to deal with, and it really sucks. So, and you know what else too? Can I bring up something else? So have you ever heard of Dr. Sarno? Alright, so he passed away a few years ago, but he came up with this great thing about back pain. So one of the biggest, oh god, this is probably a whole other video.